Hi class, this is a video tutorial to help you out with your climate feedback loop slideshow. I've had a bunch of questions about what needs to go on each slide, how many slides do I need to have, so I'm here to try to answer those questions in this video. If you have any other questions about this, make sure that you swing into the Google Meets and ask me there, happening Wednesday and Friday, or you can comment on either this post or in the Google Classroom under your assignment, and I can help you figure that out there. All right, so the first thing is that the slideshow has 4 parts. There's 4 tasks that you need to complete, and these tasks can be found on the rubric page that I set up for you and it's posted on the Google Classroom. But the 4 basic sections are collect and report data, describe the feedback loop, identify how human technology has added to the issue, and then list 3 additional resources supporting your claim. So each of the sections I'm going to go through and give you kind of an example. So the first one is task A, and that's to collect and report data. And so here are some examples of that. And this person did a great job, and they were focusing on the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. So notice there's 2 slides there, or excuse me, 2 graphs. Each graph is explained. So on the right side, they explain the graph. So make sure that you include that. Here is another one where those graphs, some other graphs here that are also included, also described and explained. So you need to have an explanation for your graph as you list it. If you have more than 1 slide, that's fine. All right, so that was task A. This is task B. Once you have your data there and set, you now have to describe the feedback loop somehow. And so I want you to describe the feedback loop and do it in a visual. So here is the visual that we have, where we have a stimulus, response, and outcome. And on the bottom is a description of what type of feedback loop it is. Same thing here, stimulus, response, outcome, and then a description of what kind of feedback loop it is and why that is the case. So make sure that you have that in a visual form for me for task B. Task C is describing how human technology has impacted the feedback loop. And so in this one, you want to list specific human technologies. It can be something that has to do with computers or manufacturing or travel, any sort of invention or technology that humans have made that could have been adding to the issue that you're researching. So this group here, they did an okay job of describing some of the positive effects, but right there they use like irrigation of farmlands. Like that's an example, right, of something that humans have done. So that's a good example. And there's a picture showing there. And then some negative effects. And they say building absorbs sunlight. So they're talking about specific things there. Building, right? What type of building? And so deforestation is another one. So those are some good things that you want to use and kind of build on. Here's another one where they then take it a step further and they show how humans can correct the mistakes or the impacts. And so you want to include that in this section as well. So not only what's wrong, but also how humans can correct what's been going on. Here's another example. This group doesn't give a very specific technology. They say reasons why there is melting, that man-made or human technology emergencies may impact, but they don't tell me what specifically. So I'd like to have a more specific actual technology described here. The solutions were good. Right here, right, place limits, but place limits on what? So I would have liked a little more explanation there, and they use some other things that you could utilize here. Good visuals, I like that, but they could have done a little better in their solutions, and they could split this up into separate sections as well, or separate slides if they want to. So yeah, that's the part C. Part D is our last part here, and this is 3 additional resources. So as you've gone through and done your research, hopefully you've come across some other scholarly resources that you can show me, that you can link here, and you can show that you are getting information that you've researched. And so I'm hoping for that. So whatever the reference page, I don't have an example for you there, but I need you to include those 3 additional resources. They can be from social media posts, they can be from websites, scholarly articles, right? Anything that you can find that is scholarly and reputable, right? We want to trust the sources that we're researching, and then post those here so that I know that you did some extra digging and found some extra resources. So if you have any extra questions on those, make sure that you ask. But that right there was your tutorial for the slideshow